Identity. It is that invisible force inside your brain that decides how much success, how much confidence, and how much impact you allow yourself to experience. Now, most people think they need discipline, motivation, or willpower, but the truth is you will never outperform your identity, who you believe is you. And in this video, I am going to show you how identity is wiring your behavior and how to shift it so that you stop sabotaging the results you want and you start aligning with them. Hi, I'm Jody Jackson. I'm a neuroencoding specialist who uses neuroscience to train your brain for high performance so that you can rewire your reality for the results you most want. So to understand exactly why your identity plays such a powerful role, it comes from Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap. So he talks about identity as being your internal thermostat. So you know how a thermostat in your home, it regulates the temperature, right? So if it's set to 22 degrees and the temperature in the room drops to 18, the heating kicks in, right? And it starts gearing itself back up to get the room to its set point. And if it's hot outside and it raises to 26, your thermostat cools everything down. And your identity, it acts like that thermostat. So if you are someone, for example, whose identity is that you are an athlete who looks after your health, and then you go on holiday for a week and you don't go to the gym, you don't eat well, you drink too much, then as soon as you get back, you kick into gear automatically to get yourself back in alignment with who you are, someone who is athletic and takes care of their body, right? And similarly, if you don't consider yourself an athlete, then you don't go to the gym. And so when you start going, it likely won't last. You will start strong, but it will drop off and you'll go back to your set point of being someone who doesn't go to the gym, who isn't an athlete. Now, this is a simple example, but what it shows is how your identity regulates the level that you allow yourself to live at. Your income level, your impact level, your love level, your success level, right? No matter what is going on outside, your internal thermostat, it quietly pulls you back or pushes you forward to what feels normal for you. So if your identity is set to, I am someone who leads with confidence, then you will make decisions that other people avoid, right? You will move decisively and you will trust yourself more. And here is the part that most people never realize. Your brain is addicted to being consistent with the identity it already knows. This is one of the strongest forces in your life. And it's not because what you know is right, it's just because it's familiar. And the bit of kit behind this in your brain is the default mode network. So this is part of your brain that stores your sense of self. It stores your autobiography. It's, this is who I am. That's the story that it plays in your mind. But that part of your brain, the DMN, it doesn't just store identity, it defends it. Your brain would rather protect your identity than upgrade your life. And that is why you can consciously want to grow, but unconsciously pull yourself back. Right? And it's not because you're weak, it's because your brain is trying to keep you consistent with the old you. And so when you start to grow beyond your current identity, when you start to exceed your internal settings, so maybe you hit a new income level, you feel more connected in your relationship, or you get bigger and better results, here is what can sometimes happen, right? You encounter your internal success thermostat, so you slow down, you pull back, or worse, you sabotage to bring yourself back into your comfort zone. And this is something that Gay Hendricks, he calls the upper limit problem. And he explains it like this. When you push through your upper limit thermostat by making more money, experiencing more love, drawing more positive attention to yourself, or you achieve more than you ever imagined, then you trip that upper limit switch. So deep inside your mind, there's a little voice that becomes louder, which says, you can't possibly feel this good, or make this much money, or be this happy in love. And then unconsciously, you then do something to bring yourself back down to the setting that you are most familiar with. And you might have experienced this too. You get to your goal, but then you stop. You slow down right before you're about to have a massive breakthrough. And what people don't realize is that it's the subconscious belief system that is capping their potential. So if you've ever felt that resistance just as things are starting to go well, and you've done something to sabotage your opportunity, there is nothing wrong with you necessarily. You've just reached your internal upper limit. And Gay Hendricks, and I love this, he says the upper limit problem does not need to be solved, it needs to be dissolved. You need to dissolve it. And he goes on to say that you dissolve it by shining a laser light beam on what keeps the upper limit in place, your identity. So we're going to shine a light on the subconscious beliefs about who you are that is holding that upper limit in place, that block your ability to receive wealth and abundance, and then replace them with new empowering beliefs that are in alignment with your higher self and your success goals. And one of the ways that we do this is we ask, when you're starting, not what do I need to do, but who do I need to be? And so there are 3 ways that we are going to do that in this video. So step 1, instead of asking when you're going after something, what do I need to do? Instead, ask, who do I need to be? What beliefs do I need to hold? Most people, they set goals, but very few people define the identity required to actually go and achieve them. So if you say, I want to make £500,000 this year, right? That is a goal. And if you say, I am a CEO who makes strong, decisive, high impact choices, that is an identity. Grow my audience is a goal, but I am a magnetic communicator who speaks consistently and authentically to connect with other people and help serve them. That is an identity, right? Your brain needs a blueprint. Tell it who you are becoming. Step 2, right? Your identity changes through evidence. Not just through affirmations, but through evidence as well. So every action you take that's in alignment with the identity that you are creating for yourself is a vote for that person that you want to become. And it doesn't need to be perfect, right? You just need to take action to get you in momentum, to be able to get that identity in motion. So when you do small votes for that person repeated, you keep reinforcing the new you that you are building, and it trains your brain to believe it. And step 3, you mentally condition it. You consistently repeat it. Because after the first wave of excitement, resistance hits, right? Self-doubt, old habits, fear, avoidance, overthinking. When you're stretching beyond, it's the thermostat effect. Your brain is going to be trying to pull you back to what feels familiar. And this is why mental rehearsal, repetition, and reinforcing is so important. This is why visualizing it creates that internal safety and certainty. Breath work, breathing into that discomfort to remind your nervous system that you are safe, right? These are not wellness practices. These are neurological retraining tools. You are literally teaching your brain to predict a new version of you and become so familiar with it that it feels like home. And when it does, it begins to automate that version of yourself. That is identity. That's when you get into alignment, and that is when you unlock so much more of your power. Because when your identity matches your vision, your behavior doesn't need force, right? You're not fighting yourself anymore. You're not negotiating with your potential. You're just unleashing it. Your actions become more effortless, and because of that, your results begin to compound. You rise naturally. This is the magic of identity work. When the inner you aligns with the life that you're meant to create, reality moves. Your identity is the foundation of everything you do, you achieve, and become. And it is not about forcing yourself to act differently. It is about becoming the person who naturally creates the results that you want. When you define your future identity clearly, you cast consistent votes for that new you, and you train your mind to hold the upgrade. That is how you rewire your reality.